right, everybody's in.
Very good, thank you. I'm going to call the organizational meeting to order at 6:01 p.m. Can I get a roll call, please?
Swedick?
Yes.
Augustine?
Here. And we're just going to get right into this. We had a special meeting this morning, which was a work session for those viewing at home. The organizational meeting will organize the township for the rest of the year. We have Trustee Asher out with a excused absence, so we will not be discussing wages or personnel this evening. And I will go ahead and start whenever you are ready. At this time, I'd like to make a actually, I'm going to have you start that first section because it's the nomination. Right here.
We make a motion to nominate Ms. Augustine as chairman of the Board of Trustees.
All in favor, say aye.
You second.
Oh, second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
I'd like to make a motion to nominate Mr. Swedick as vice chairman of the Board of Trustees.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. I would like to make a motion that the trustee meeting be scheduled as follows. The first regular meeting to be held on Tuesday, January 4th, 2022, and thereafter every first and third Tuesday of each month throughout the year. Meetings will begin at 6:30 p.m. Meetings are held at the Hinckley Town Hall Meeting Room in the Administration Building or adjacent Old Fire Station Bay. Prior to the scheduling of any special meeting, the time of the meeting and its purpose shall be established.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
I forgot to share this. I'd like to share this document with everyone so they can follow with us online. Okay. So we are right here. I'd like to make a motion that special meetings shall not be held unless at least 24 hours advance notice is given to the news media and that have requested notification except in emergency. The administrative office manager shall notify the news media that have requested notification immediately at the time, place, and purpose.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. I'd like to make a motion to make it necessary for resolutions to pass by 2 favorable votes or 2 negative votes for failure. Votes dictated by statute to be unanimous shall conform to statute.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. I'd like to make a motion that any person may obtain reasonable advance notification of all meetings at which a special type of public business that is of interest. In addition to submitting the written request, the person must submit self-addressed stamped envelopes for mailing purposes. The person that has the option to avoid or provide an email address and request notification through mail distribution.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, Jack.
Make a motion that the administrative assistant be directed to post a copy of this schedule in an area of prominence accessible to the public during usual business hours. Also, the administrative assistant shall post no later than 12 hours before the time of any special meeting, a statement of the time, place, and purpose of such special meeting.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye. To make a motion that the fiscal officer's compensation be in the amount stipulated in the Ohio Revised Code and paid monthly. The fiscal officer will be paid on a salaried system.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye. Make a motion that the trustee's compensation be in the amount stipulated in the Ohio Revised Code and paid monthly. The trustees will be paid on a salaried system.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye. Make a motion that eligible employees and elected officials be compensated according to the IRS standard mileage rate at the time of the trip per mile on official business outside the county with trustee approval.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye. Make a motion that travel expenses incurred by the elected officials to various conventions be paid out of the general fund with trustee approval.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye. Make a motion that the administrative building be scheduled and controlled through the administrative offices. Schedule shall be submitted in writing and be renewed yearly. Township official business preempts any schedule.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye. Make a motion that the administration building rental for Hinckley Township residents only is set at $50 per occasion for private use, plus a $50 deposit for cleaning, refundable, if the facility is left in a clean condition. Nonprofit organizations are exempt from fees.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye. Make a motion that the Brongers Park Pavilion rental for Hinckley Township residents only is set with a $50 deposit per occasion for private use and refundable if the facility is left in a clean condition. Nonprofit organizations are exempt from fees.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye. Make a motion to purchase coffee and accoutrements for the employees and residents. On special occasions, the purchase of pastries will be permitted. Also, in extreme emergency situations, the safety forces are permitted to purchase food for the participants if the situation continues over an extended period of time.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And we
We do have to approve these because they're in place. A lot of these items are
Well,
in place.
And to be quite frank, I was thinking at length today that we do need to approve these. And I think that we should establish the zoning commission members tonight for Thursday night's meeting.
Well, whatever you want to do that way.
Do you agree with that?
Even though you guys may be amending some salaries and wages in the coming
Mhm.
weeks, we still have to approve what's here in order to function, especially with payroll being today.
So how do you continue on?
Just keep going. And then if there's something you want to
We can
amend, you
change.
obviously can. This is just a working document, really.
Right.
They are the minutes of the organizational meeting this morning, but right now, for these purposes, they're just your working document.
Do you want to put language in here before we start reading this section, Martha, to your point that was mentioned earlier today about maybe doing a more regular pay schedule for them?
We don't really need to establish that in this way. That's
Okay.
more of an accounting system
Okay.
change.
Perfect.
Thank you, though.
So all these numbers and appointments are amendable, is it?
Anything
Okay.
in here is an amendable.
Okay.
Anything you guys do is an amendable.
So if
At any
trustee
point in
Asher comes
time.
back and says, I want to do a different pricing amount, we can have that conversation. And it is amendable.
Correct. The only thing that would not be amendable, I would say, are our appointments.
Mhm.
Okay, so just to make that clear, those are not amendable. All right.
Am I
So you
going to
would
read this table as well or no? Or just
Uh,
say according to the table?
And, that's a kind of you two's discretion.
I was going to say, we typically
We typically do read
do
it.
read it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want me to do this section?
Yeah, have at it.
Okay.
But, and then we're going to do this portion as well.
Hey, you said accoutrements. That's usually what we always skip the newbie with, trying to do that.
I think it would behoove us not to put together this section tonight with a Thursday night meeting.
So leave this for Thursday, this one?
No, I think we should do this tonight.
Yeah, you need to move forward on something tonight.
Okay.
Well, we'll move forward definitely on the pricing tonight, to Martha's point.
Because otherwise, those folks attending on Thursday would not be paid.
Right, and this is one full motion all the way to here.
So include this.
Yes.
Okay. All right, I can do that.
You want to do it? Okay.
Sure. Make a motion that the zoning commission members be compensated in accordance to the following schedule as submitted. Zoning commission regular meeting work session, chairperson $45, vice chair $35, members $35. Zoning commission public hearing, chairperson $45, vice chair $35, members $35. Zoning commission site visit, chairperson $35, vice chair $35, members $35. Boarding zone of appeals regular meeting, work session, public hearing, and site review. Chairperson $25, vice chair $25, members $25. County Planning Commission meeting. Chairperson $25, vice chair $25, members $25.
Trustee.
Trustee work session meeting.
Mhm.
Chairperson $25, vice chair $25, members $25. Educational seminars, a maximum of 2. Chairperson $25, vice chair $25, and members $25. In the event that a single meeting, work session, site review, public hearing, and/or training are held on the same day prior to or following any of the above, they shall be counted as one for the purpose of compensation. In the event the Board and Zone of Appeals regular meeting, work session, and Zone of Appeals public hearing are held on the same day prior to or following any of the above, they shall be counted as one for the purpose of compensation. A Board and Zone of Appeals site review is included with the public hearing compensation. The participation of the zoning commission member who is designated to represent the zoning commission board will be by request of the zoning board chairman and approval by the trustee liaison.
Second. I'm just wondering if this was where we put the language for the sunshine law training, or was it further on?
I put it into the training requirement.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
So Jack, I know you hesitated when you started reciting the BZA portion.
I did.
Like, it doesn't look like it's in the right spot, but that's if a zoning commission member attended any of these BZA items.
Understood.
So it's like if there was a work session and then a regular meeting and there was a zoning commission member sitting here, they wouldn't get paid for two meetings.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why it's in there.
Okay.
Now, do we want to go through this zoning commission board so that they can meet properly on Thursday evening? Because they will have their organizational meeting when they will determine their chair, their vice chair, and I'm not certain that they can do that without us outlining what that looks like right now.
They would not have a quorum without this?
Well, they'd have a quorum, but they wouldn't have a full board to determine chair and vice chair. And if we could potentially postpone the alternate choices right now, but I feel pretty strongly that we need a 5-member board to move forward with that meeting on Thursday night. So that the 5th member could have a say as to chair and vice chair.
Do we have to make all these appointments, or do they need just a certain number of them?
4 of them are still within their terms. Bill Spellman was appointed by the last trustee board at the last meeting. So the only one that we would need to do tonight as a member is David Manley, and his name would have appeared right there.
Yeah, and he was on the draft you had earlier.
Okay. So all we're basically doing is
Reappointing.
appointing one. Okay.
Right, and then we can come back and have the conversation with trustee Asherle as to the alternates so that we're all on the same page, but at least they have a 5-member board to determine their chair and their vice chair for Thursday.
Okay.
Okay. I'd like to make a motion that the current terms of the zoning commission board members are as followed. We will table the alternates for now. Marcus Fisher, member, term expires 12/31/25. Bill Spellman, member, term expires 12/31/22. Matthew Marzullo, member, term expires 12/31/2023. Michelle Crew, member, term expires 12/31/24. And David Manley, member, term expires 12/31/26. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And we're going to skip through this section until we have a full working board here. I'm just going to go ahead and make that motion separate for the sunshine laws.
Okay, but you still have to set the wages of the compensation for the BZA. That's on the bottom.
Oh, that was starred, so I skipped through it.
Yeah, no, I just put the stars there just because those were the items you guys probably will want to be discussing further
back up.
at a later date.
I'd like to make a motion that the members of the Board of Zoning Appeals shall be compensated at a rate of $35 each per hearing, including site review. The members of the Board of Zoning Appeals shall be compensated at a rate of $30 each per continued hearing. In the event of a regular meeting, work session, and/or training is held on separate day, it shall be considered separate and compensated at a rate of $30 each. In the event that a work session and/or training is held on the same day prior to or following hearings, they shall be counted as one for the purpose of compensation. And I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, and then you could just list your current members. That's all you need to do. You're not appointing anyone. You're just listing.
Oh,
The current terms.
Current members, the current terms of the Board of Zoning Appeal members are Josephine Calabro, member 12/31/22, term expires. Bill Budd, member, term expires 12/31/2023, and Jeff Hoop, member, term expires 12/31/2025.
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Are you in?
Aye. Well, are we adding this or not?
I think that should be a separate motion, in my opinion.
Okay.
Are you adding what?
The sunshine law training.
Oh, no, that was just your conversation, remember, because
Yeah.
what you're reading from are my minutes.
Right, so I think that we should make a motion to require zoning board members to attend sunshine law training within the first 3 months of each term.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
So the one question I had regarding that when I was typing this up was, what do you want to do about the alternates? You don't, because alternates have a 1-year term, but if you would reappoint an alternate, you wouldn't have to want them to
Retake it.
every year.
Right.
You could think about that. This doesn't have to be
Well, and it
addressed right here.
specifically says member. So does it
So-
apply to the alternates at all?
Well, you can think about it, and then you could add the requirement for the alternates. It may be at the next meeting. Just think about it a little, how you might want that to be outlined.
Okay. Very good.
Make a motion that the members of the Zoning Commission and the Board of Zoning Appeals shall be required to attend a minimum of 1 educational seminar, in-house or outside, annually, and be compensated at a rate of $25 for such attendance. Members shall be allowed compensation for up to 2 outside educational seminars annually. Members shall be compensated for all in-house seminars provided by the Board of Trustees.
Second.
So just, do you want to put in addition to the sunshine law training under that? Because what you're doing is you're adding a whole nother training prior to that. So we're compensating up to 2 trainings, but as Jeff can attest, sometimes that could happen pretty quick. Hopefully, not during COVID, it hasn't.
Okay. Second is
So that-
amended.
So you'd actually, in the event, you'd be paying for 3 trainings ultimately with the sunshine law training time.
So how are you going to write that in there?
I'm going to write in addition to the required sunshine law training.
Perfect. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Very good.
Make a motion to retain Tom Zablotny as an independent
We're gonna skip
contractor.
that one.
Pardon?
We're going to skip that one because it's got that star. This is a wage.
Oh, no, you're not skipping anything. These
Oh,
are
we're
ones you're
keeping
going
all-
to go back to.
Okay.
That's why they're noted as such, because in order to pay anybody right now,
Gotcha.
we still have to approve
All right.
their current wages.
Okay.
Continue.
Yes.
Make a motion to retain Tom Zablotny as an independent contractor for the Assistant Zoning Inspector 1 position at a rate of $16 per hour, not to exceed 120 hours per quarter.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye. Make a motion to maintain an Assistant Zoning Inspector 1 position at a rate of $15.50 per hour, not to exceed 60 hours per quarter.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye. Make a motion to appoint Tom Wilson as zoning inspector for the year 2022 at the rate of $1,500 per month.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Oop, I slipped you in there, I'm sorry.
Made a motion that the administrative office / zoning office manager, Suzanne Peterlin, be compensated at $19.25 per hour in 2022 to include the sexton role with a minimum of 35 hours per week.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye. Make a motion that the administrative office zoning office assistant be compensated at $15 per hour in 2022 with a maximum of 100 hours per month.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, page 5. Like to make a motion to maintain the position of trustee, meeting recorder secretary at a rate of $15 per hour.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Make a motion to maintain a zoning recording secretary position as an independent contractor for zoning meetings. All in favor, say aye. I'm sorry.
Second.
Nothing. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Make a motion to appoint Suzanne Peterlin as acting assistant zoning inspector in the event of the zoning inspector is not available for the purposes of signing permits for the year 2022.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion that the cost for opening and closing a grave will be $625 and an extra $275 will be charged in the funeral falls on the weekend or holiday. Cremation opening and closing will be $200 and an extra $75 will be charged for weekend or holiday cremation burial if the service department is needed.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Make a motion to set the price of gravesite for township residents at $400. Designating cremation sites at Maple Hill Cemetery will be $250 per site for residents. Residents' qualifications to be determined by the trustees at the time of purchase.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Make a motion to set the price of a footer for a gravestone at $50 per cubic feet and that all graves must have permanent markers within a 36-month time limit.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Make a motion to appoint Mike Bahari as the stormwater management coordinator.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Make a motion to establish unskilled to skilled temporary labor rates at a range of $10 to $30 per hour.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Make a motion to appoint Justin Grossenbaugh as fire chief for the year 2022 at an annual rate of $37,000.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Make a motion that the year 2022 fireman's compensation will be as follows. Assistant fire chief, $20.21. Chief engineer, $18.25. Medical liaison officer, $18.25. Fire inspector, $18.25. Hours not to exceed 260 per quarter. Lieutenant, $18.75. Firefighter EMT basic, $15.30. Firefighter EMT intermediate, $15.76. Firefighter paramedic, $18. Cadet new probationary, $14.35. Fire prevention educator, $16.30, 15 to 20 hours per month. Administrative assistant, $15, hours not to exceed 260 per quarter.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Make a motion to allow modification of the otherwise applicable one-year probationary period to a period of no less than 6 months for those members who, after the successful completion of their initial 6-month training probationary period, meet the following criteria. A, have at least 3 continuous years of active service on a full-time fire department and have been employed in that capacity within the preceding 12-month period. And B, obtain the written recommendation from the fire chief of Hinckley's Fire Department to modify their probationary period to a period of at least 6 months, but less than 1 year.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye. Make a motion to allow new members to the fire department with 5 years or more years of experience and with the fire chief's discretion be compensated the normal pay grade for firefighter paramedic rate instead of the cadet rate on a case-by-case basis.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye. Make a motion to compensate fire department members at 1.5 times the member's normal pay grade for the following holiday periods. New Year's Day, 12 a.m. to 8 p.m. Easter, Thanksgiving, Christmas Eve, and Christmas Day, 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. 4th of July, 8 a.m. to 11:59 p.m. New Year's Eve, 4 p.m. to 11:59 p.m.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye. Make a motion that fire department members shall receive a $200 uniform allowance annually. Probationary members and those members not fulfilling performance standards will be compensated at the discretion of the chief.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye. Make a motion that the Ohio Fire Chiefs Association and the Medina County Chief Association dues in the year 2022 for the fire chief be paid from the fire department fund.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye. Make a motion that insurance cost recovery fee of $600 be applied to all non-residents for basic life support and $600 be applied to all residents for basic life support for EMS transport. The billing agent for these fees shall be Life Force Management, with all monies directly deposited by Life Force Management into the Township Fire Department Fund as per the contract between Life Force Management and Hinckley Township.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Make a motion that an insurance cost recovery fee of $700 be applied to all non-residents for advanced life support ALS 1 and $700 be applied to all residents for advanced life support ALS 1 for EMS transport. The billing agent for these fees shall be Life Force Management, with all monies directly deposited by Life Force Management into the Township Fire Department Fund as per the contract between Life Force Management and Hinckley Township.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Make a motion that an insurance cost recovery fee of $800 be applied to all non-residents for advanced life support ALS 2 and $800 be applied to all residents for advanced life support 2 ALS 2 for EMS transport. The billing agent for these fees shall be Life Force Management, with all monies directly deposited by Life Force Management into the Township Fire Department Fund as per the contract between Life Force Management and Hinckley Township.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Make a motion that insurance cost recovery fee of $150 be applied to all non-residents for non-transport calls. The billing agent for these fees shall be Life Force Management, with all monies directly deposited by Life Force Management into the Hinckley Township Fire Department Fund as per the contract between Life Force Management and Hinckley Township.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Make a motion that a mileage rate of $12 per mile be assessed to all non-residents and residents for EMS transport. The billing agent for these fees shall be Life Force Management, with all monies directly deposited by Life Force Management into the Township Fire Department Fund as per the contract between Life Force Management and Hinckley Township.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Make a motion to appoint David Suttner as Chief of Police Department for the year 2022 at an annual salary of $92,000. Suttner shall be eligible for 4 weeks of vacation in 2022.
Nope. 2020. Sure.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Make a motion to set the year 2022 police salary rates as per the union contracts.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Make a motion that for the 2022, the non-union members of the Hinckley Police Department compensation will be as follows. Full-time administrative assistant, $19.25 per hour. Part-time patrolman, $20 per hour. Part-time administrative support, $18.50 an hour.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Make a motion to accept the service department pay rates as follow. James Praisler, service worker, $23.35 per hour. Penny Humbersome, service worker, $23.35 per hour. Robert Lowell, service worker, $22.50 per hour.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye. Make a motion to appoint Mike Bahari as the service superintendent for the year 2022 at an annual salary of $61,800 and the use of a township vehicle to and from home.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
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 Make a motion to approve the township cell phone plan for all eligible service department members. They will be paid a monthly stipend of $25 to offset their personal cell phone use for township business. Usage shall be approved by the road superintendent and certified monthly by the trustee liaison.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye. Make a motion that all full-time service department members shall receive a biannual $200 uniform allowance, $400 annually, to be administered by the service superintendent and approved by the trustees.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye. Make a motion to set the rate of on-site private event use of township fire and police vehicles at a rate of $15 per hour. Township personnel must be on-site during vehicle use and are compensated by private party only.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
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 Make a motion that upon trustee approval, Hinckley Township will provide a reimbursement of a project's tangible material costs not to exceed $500 per Eagle Scout applicant and/or the same per Gold Award applicant for final projects completed within Hinckley Township.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye. Make a motion that in the event Hinckley Township receives an applicant fee for third-party planning assistance, the fund shall be deposited into the zoning fund or general fund. Payments to the third-party planning firms will be paid from this applicant fee. Any balance remaining upon completion of the third-party planning assistance process shall be refunded to the applicant.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
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 Make a motion that sets a Tuesday bi-weekly payroll based on the rates approved within the organizational minutes.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
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 Make a motion to allow the fiscal officer to pay bills outside of the regular meeting schedule for the purpose of avoiding late fees or penalties. Payments may be made in the form of a warrant or electronic. In the event this occurrence, the payment shall be approved at the next regular meeting.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Make a motion to allow regular and super blanket certificates to be made up 365 days, expiration date up to $50,000.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Make a motion to adopt Hinckley Township purchase resolutions for 2021 with reoccurring expenses. 2022 with reoccurring expenses, which states the following: Hinckley Township Board of Trustees sets the following limits for those authorized to make purchases on behalf of Hinckley Township. Hinckley Township Trustees, $2,500. Hinckley Township Fiscal Officer, $2,500. Chief of Police, $1,000. Fire Chief, $1,000. Service Superintendent, $1,000. Administrative and Zoning Office Manager, $500 per occurrences. Those individuals listed above may make purchases without board approval within their limit with proper documentation. The fire chief, police chief, and service superintendent may make reoccurring purchases up to $2,500 with approval from their trustee liaison. For those repairs that arise creating an emergency situation, department heads may authorize the repair with trustee liaison approval for amounts in excess or above said limits. Should it be or above? Instead of above?
In excess of above.
Of above said limits. Any emergency repairs authorized will be approved by the Board of Trustees at the next scheduled meeting. All purchases which are greater than above said limits must be approved by the Hinckley Township Board of Trustees.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Make a motion to adopt the following resolution. 010422-01. Be it resolved by the Board of Trustees of Hinckley Township, Medina County, Ohio, that to provide for the current expenses and other expenditures of said Board of Trustees during the fiscal year ending December 31, 2022, the following sums be and the same are hereby set aside and appropriated for the several purposes for which expenditures are to be made for and during said fiscal year as follows: amount $6,400,000 until amended permanently.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And trustee department liaisons for 2022.
I assume we would hold that for a
We'll
full
hold
board.
that off until we have a full board. Okay. I'd like to make a motion to adjourn this organizational meeting at 6:33 p.m.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Very good, thank you.
Yay.
And are you ready to move forward or do you need a break?
Let's go.
Martha's ready. I just need to make sure my computer's working for all of the people in the virtual world here. And I'm not sharing anymore. Jen, do you see my screen anymore?
I do. Hold on. I think I could help you with that.
It says here resume share, which I have not done. Thank you.
There you go.
Very good.
Here it is.
And there's just one set of them?
Yeah, sorry. Those are the meeting this morning, the work session minutes.
Okay.
Those are
Very good. All right. I'd like to call the regular trustee meeting to order at 6:34 p.m. Can I get a roll call, please?
Sweattick,
Here.
Augustine.
Here, we'll stand to salute the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Okay, and I'm going to make a motion to approve the organization meeting work session minutes from the eye.
Aye.
All right, we're going to move right along to Chief Sutton.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Martha, this is for you.
Thank you.
I have two items very quickly that are not on the agenda. The first, I believe you should have in front of you is John Huff's resignation from the police department effective December 31st of this year. request a motion to approve his resignation.
So moved.
Chief, is the microphone on in front of you? I could barely hear you.
It is now. How's that?
Much better, thank you.
My wife will tell you I can talk a lot louder, so.
All right, so moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And then the other document in front of you is a recap of our annual calls for service. If you look at the last page, we had 21,398 calls for the year, down a little bit from the year before, but I attribute that to, going through the COVID and all of that. So if you have any questions on that, please, by all means, reach out to me at your convenience. That's all I got.
Thank you. Do you have any questions for?
No, thank you, Chief.
Okay. Very good. Thank you, Chief.
I told you I'd be quick.
You were not mistaken. Chief Grossenbaugh.
Thank you. Next is a request resolution in a 5-year contract agreement with the city of Cleveland for the radio system at the cost of $75 per radio, which there are 6. This is for the new radios that we were awarded through the State of Ohio Fire Marshal's grant earlier in the year. This allows us to work on the Cleveland system if we have to go to North Royalton, Strongsville, or any of the other communities basically in Cuyahoga County. Brian Richter did go through the contract and did approve it and tweak it as needed.
Did. Thank you. So moved.
Second.
And can we get a roll call vote, Martha? Is it a resolution?
Augustine. Oh, Swedek, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Augustine?
Yes. Okay.
Next is request appropriations for $1,405.69 for emergency repair from breathing air system. This covers this. They did work on our self-contained breathing apparatus cascade system. It was not building up pressure. I spoke to Trustee Augustine Friday, I think it was Thursday. They came down they drove up from Columbus today and fixed it. We were not able to fill our bottles from the fire we had on New Year's Eve. We had to go, so we needed to get it so we could start filling our bottles back up for our air packs.
Very good. So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Next is request appropriations for $414 to mount the Key Secure, which is our Knox box key tracking system, and an iPad into engine 31 through W.W. Williams.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 The next item I'm going to take off, they had to cancel that class due to COVID. UH will be rescheduling it in the future. I have no clue when it is. And one additional item that is not on here is to elect members to the Volunteer Firemen's Dependency Board, which is through the ORC. How in the past we just filled it out, but we were unaware in previous for however many years, Martha, has this been going on? Long time. When I talked to several other departments in Medina County to find out how they did it, most of them said that the first 2 elected officials are the chair and the vice chair. The next 2 are members on the fire department, which myself and Lieutenant Sean Barrett have been on for many years. And the 5th one is elected from the 4. And what this ORC code does is, in the event of a firefighter line of duty death, we meet, review the situation, and then recommend or not recommend funding be provided to the family of the fallen firefighter.
So do we need to make a resolution? I think we should.
I think it's probably a resolution.
Do you want to?
What are the terms of?
This is every year we have to elect.
Okay.
Every year we have to elect
So what
members
you're
to it.
doing is you're making a resolution to appoint the following members to the firefighters dependency fund.
Okay.
So it would be Trustee Augustine, Trustee Swedek, and who are your 2?
Myself and Lieutenant Sean Barrett, and the 5th one.
Police Chief.
Hmm?
Police Chief Setner.
Do you want to be on the dependency board? Sure. Okay.
So moved.
Second.
With the term to expire?
1 year. It's
1 year. Yeah, 1 year.
Annual term.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'll
Did you
fill
wanna
it.
include the ORC number?
Yeah, it's ORC 146 it covers all the
Correct.
Ohio Firemen's Dependency Board. I have the link on the computer. I'll fill it out tomorrow and submit that through the state.
So moved as amended. Can I get a second?
Second.
And we'll have to do a roll call.
Swedek?
Yes.
Augustine?
Yes.
I will have my quarterly/annual report next meeting. It just takes some time to run the reports.
I do like
Part of
the little blurb that went out on Facebook that
Yep.
you guys could.
We were 790 calls this year. We were 98 above last year for being our busiest year ever.
Mhm. You guys have done a fantastic job.
Yeah, it was a crazy year.
And it's gonna probably get a little crazy.
It's already going. We had 5 today.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
All right. Service Superintendent Bahari.
How's everybody doing tonight?
Good, how are you?
Good. The first thing I have is request resolution authorizing Medina County Engineers Office to advertise for the bid for the 2022 Hinckley Township paving projects for the following township roads. Bellis Road from Ridge Road to Stony Hill Road, Mattingly Road, Oakwood Lane, and Michelle Ridge. Bid will be advertised in the Gazette on February 15th, 2022. Bid opening is on March 4th, 2022 at 1:30 p.m. at the Medina County Engineers Office. Engineer's estimate for all project costs is $258,540.92.
Did you have any questions on this? Did you?
I did not. We talked
Okay.
earlier about it.
Very good. So moved.
Second.
And can we get a roll call for that too, Martha?
Swedek?
Yes.
Augustine?
Yes. Thank you for your work on that.
And then I had one last minute item. The engineers sent out the email here later, and there's a document up there for you guys if you want to review it. But we normally do this every year. If you sign it, it's to be able to purchase through Medina County, the engineers, any materials that we may need. We just have to sign and send to them. It's just an agreement that we do every year.
Do we need a resolution for that?
Yeah, so it's a resolution approving participation in the Medina County Engineers Annual Supply Contract.
Is that document right there?
Yes.
Is that a motion?
A resolution.
Is that what? So moved.
I don't even, have we ever even had to utilize that, fortunately? Have we?
Yeah, we purchase our signs too.
Oh, was that through that?
Mhm.
Ah. All right, so you made the motion, Jack seconded it. Swedek?
Yes.
Augustine?
Yes. And it looks like we need to sign this
Yeah,
a
you
couple different places.
And then I think I gotta sign it somewhere too, if I'm not mistaken.
Will we be using a purchase order?
Oh, nah. Unlikely.
Pass this off to you. There's 2 spots to sign. While you're doing that, Trustee Swedek, we have a Mylar here for the Garaprak property, which was signed at the last meeting on the 21st of December, and it seems that they've made a change to it. It was 4 lots and now it's 5. And this is along the, this is Stony Hill and this is Laurel. And we need to sign it, but we don't have the right pen. So we'll have to come back into the office and sign it.
Let me see if she's responded.
Tom told me he was
Okay, hang on.
waiting for some information.
He got the
You got that? Okay.
information. but we're still unfamiliar with it. So it's called a small subdivision if it's up to,
Right.
Oh, it's a minor
Fine.
subdivision. That's
Right.
why he asked me that.
Yeah.
so
He's trying to get clarification on.
Okay.
it's our understanding, we don't have to approve anything, and we
Okay.
would just sign it. It's something that Hinckley Township does openly at their trustee meetings. It's not done at every trustee meeting in Medina County, just we do it for transparency purposes. But once this is approved by us, he would have to apply then for the minor subdivision.
Tax maps.
Okay.
Through tax maps, right?
You know what? It's in the top drawer to the right, at the back of the drawer.
Okay, so we
By
can
the
even sign
mouse
it
and
after.
back.
Okay.
So you guys can do that, I guess, after.
Because that seems very far away right now.
Okay, everybody gets a black pen
For Christmas next year,
for Christmas. Yeah, so they can keep it in their
do something
possession.
sooner?
Don't we need a
Chinese
witness? on
New
that?
Year? No,
No. Okay.
no, that's for the cemetery deeds.
Okay.
Also for zoning, I just have a quick recap here that zoning inspector Tom Wilson left for us. The estates of Kabbalah Farms, we're waiting on the final site plan review. That is the estate that's, I think, about 80 acres right here next to Hinckley Elementary on 303. It's not right next to it. There's a house in between. The reserve at Pine Hills, paperwork has not been filed as of 12/1/21 for a sign. So we're waiting on that. The Discount Drug Mart was approved by the BZA for an unconditional or conditional use permit on December 22nd of last year. They will have to come back in for a variance for the drive-through. The drive-through, our resolution must have a 6-car passageway for the drive-through, and their proposal only allows for 4. So they'll have to be coming in for a variance for that. And the senior housing, we are still awaiting the EPA wetlands report for. So that's in a holding pattern as well. But that's just a little recap on zoning. And we don't have anything for cemeteries or from Trustee Ashel. Do you have anything this evening?
I do not.
Okay. So I will move right along to some of the things I need to tackle tonight. I'd like to request a special meeting. We are not able to fully function as a township without some of these decisions being made with wages and appointments to our boards, as far as, and also our liaisonships. So I was wondering if you would be agreeable to a special meeting early next week before the BZA board so that we can get all of the alternates and members in position.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Can we, but maybe on Tuesday even is,
we could do a Tuesday. Do you prefer morning? I think that Trustee Astral's typically available at the 9:30 mark.
that's fine.
Okay, so let's do that Tuesday morning at 9:30, and I will have, is that good for the chiefs and for the service
The 11th
superintendent?
at 9:30?
Yes.
Yes.
Does that work for all of you? Martha, does that work for you? Okay, so we'll do the special meeting, 1/11/22 at 9:30 a.m. And most of that will probably be in executive session. So if anyone from the public wants to log in, they are more than welcome to. We have a rental that was, we always, as you've learned, we try to give the monies back for the people that rent the facilities. We had a rental that happened in the old fire station bay. They put down the $50 deposit, and this woman has a fantastic thing that she does for the unfortunate in the area. She held a Christmas party there, and it was not left as it was promised for the blood drive the next morning. So Suzanne has asked us to have conversation as to whether or not we would refund the $50 deposit. Thoughts?
Did we pay someone to correct it?
We paid our fire chief
Oh, didn't pay me. I went in.
move things around.
We had to leave blood drive where the association does. So, I mean, it took me 15, 20 minutes. It was fine. I had no problem with you guys refunding it.
Okay,
Is the user aware of the issue?
we can make her aware.
Yeah.
But I think that for future, and just say that we've made this decision this time, but maybe next time we won't not be so.
Okay, and it was a charity event, is
it is a charity event. But Chief had moved blood drives set up to accommodate it because it was a last minute request. Normally he does that on Saturday night for a Sunday.
Usually the evening before.
And this party was on a Saturday night. So he was promised personally that the next morning everything would be handled, and it wasn't.
Well, I'm inclined to say if they left it in a mess that, that they say it's not refundable. Those are the conditions of the loan. That'd be my personal opinion. He made accommodations to get them in, and then he had to make accommodations to clean up the mess. It's part of the contract.
I agree. It's something that's frustrating for me when I get a phone call like that, and we've got somebody who's donating his time and accommodating to make it work for her. Okay.
I'd like to say give it back because it was charity, but they elected to use it under those conditions and failed to comply with what was requested of them.
Very
I
good.
think that's fair enough.
I will let Suzanne know, and so she can move forward and have that discussion with the renter.
Okay.
I'd also like to make a motion to rescind my motion on 12/7/21, requesting annual memberships for Assistant Chief Grossenbaugh to the Northeast Ohio Fire Prevention Association in the amount of $100 and the National Fire Protection Association in the amount of $175. The reason we are doing that is because we'd actually like to put it in Chief Grossenbaugh's name. It makes better sense for it to be in the
Okay.
chief's. So
That's motion.
Yes.
Second.
Thank you. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Very good. And we have a request from our zoning recording secretary to increase her salary from $14 to $15 an hour. Are you in agreement with that? She's been making this, I think, since 2017.
So she's an independent contractor, and I look at that as she is providing you her rate. And do you still want to contract with her at that rate? That's the question. And that is a more than reasonable rate.
I think it should be higher, to be quite frank. She
She's been
does
doing it for a long
a
time,
very nice job.
but she determines the rate. So that's why you guys can't really establish a rate, because she's an independent contractor.
I'm okay with that.
Okay. So do we need a motion for that?
A motion to approve Judy as the independent contractor recording secretary at a rate of $15 per hour.
I was going to just say all of that. So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but are you going to make a motion to put Chief Grossenbaugh into those
ma'am.
memberships then? You rescinded Gabe's. Are you going to make a motion?
We can do that. I thought we were just rescinding, but you want me to put him in there?
Do you want him to?
I think that would be
Because I
smart.
think there's a timeline on.
Nope,
those
that's
memberships.
perfect. Let's do that.
Okay.
Okay, so at this time, I'd like to make a are you ready for me?
Yeah.
I'm still writing the last motion.
No, that's okay.
I'd like to make a motion to request the following annual memberships for Chief Grossenbaugh, Northeast Ohio Fire Prevention Association in the amount of $100 and the National Fire Protection Association in the amount of $175.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, and I have one more item. I have a gentleman who lives in Hinckley Township. He has been on the Hinckley, Ohio Discuss It Facebook page and noticed that there is a lack of COVID tests in the area. He is a distributor for them. They typically charge about $26 at Walmart and Amazon for this specific test. And he is saying to me, he would be offering it as low as $5 just for Hinckley residents. If we were willing and able to have them here in some capacity, whether at the fire station or at the old fire station bay, someplace that people could just come and pick them up and pay him directly.
My opinion on that is that I don't know that we want to make this a central processing facility for people who believe that they may have it, especially in consideration of the number of staff here that has to keep the township running. I don't think we want to subject them to that risk, whether it be at the firehouse or wherever. I think that we could make that information available if he wants to sell those to people, residents, make that information available on the website that, please contact him if you're interested in purchasing a kit. But it would be my opinion, no, not to do it here.
I completely agree with you, and that's what I told him, but I wanted to do my due diligence and come here and offer the opportunity. So I will let him know, and we will move forward with that in any way he chooses.
Do we even want to promote or advertise tests unless we're assured that they are?
I'm just gonna,
Is there an assurance?
I'm just gonna tell him he's gonna have to handle it.
Okay,
on
we're
behalf.
not going
We're
to
not gonna get
funnel it
involved.
through here at all. Okay.
That would be the furthest I would go.
Yeah.
I prefer we stay out of the business.
I do too. I mean, I don't want to be promoting or encouraging.
But there is a
Tests.
shortage, and certainly if he wants to
Yeah,
offer
that
him a
makes-
reduced rate, he'll have to find a way to advertise them.
Okay.
Martha,
Oh,
whenever you're ready.
sorry.
I'm flying through tonight.
No, you're fine. So a resolution authorizing the OPWC first half loan payment in the amount of $18,040.81.
So moved.
Second?
Okay, Swider,
Yes.
August.
Yes.
And then a motion to, sorry, I have it in here. Unless, you on your computer, do you have that
I'm on mine.
email with, Robert's hours? It's in here, I just gotta find it. His transfer hours from the Park District, that email you sent me? Sorry, I meant to take that out.
You're fine. Do you want me to make a motion to pay the bills while we?
Yeah, go ahead
Okay.
and do that.
I'd like to make a motion to pay the bills and a total payment amount of, the vouchers are the same, $96,808.46.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Very good, thank you.
I'm gonna find that email as soon as do you know which one I meant? Do you have it there? What's the hours? Thank you.
1,322.89.
Okay. So, you guys approved the bills. Thank you. So we received a verification that Rob Lowell, the newest service department member, has a transfer of 1,322.89 hours of sick leave from Medina County Parks District. And first, I'm asking for a motion to accept those hours so I can enter them on to the UAN system. But again, we're kind of faced with this issue of do we and can we exempt those hours from any future retirement payoffs? That's always been the question when we get these very large transfers of sick leave hours, because he will again begin to accumulate hours, and say he works for us till his retirement, he could accumulate several thousand additional hours that, according to our current policy, may or may not be cashed out upon retirement.
And that's based on trustee approval.
Yes,
And
and
the
that's
policy.
based on trustee approval, but so I'm not sure. Now's the time to do this rather than retroactively, but I don't know what you guys.
I think that was part of his hiring, wasn't it? Was to approve that?
Well, we can approve the hours, but do we exempt them from any future, do we exempt that number from any future retirement payoffs, since the hours were not earned in his service at Hinckley Township? That's the question. We had done that, the prior board, prior to your day. And I don't know the answer. I know you looked into it. My concern is that it is an encumbrance upon future boards of an additional potential 1,322.89 hours at a rate of in excess of $30, in addition to any other cash outs, or unless you want to just,
But if it's in the handbook that it has to be approved by the trustees at that
well,
time.
it is that way now, but then there's conversation about going to the language of the police department, which is a 33%
That's right.
of the total amount of sick leave time up to a maximum of 300 hours. Now, one would assume that at that point, if someone stayed here to retirement based on that language, these hours would not even really be
Consequential.
consequential. It's hard to say. I don't know. But this has always been the question since we began this of adding these and accepting them. I have no issue accepting them as sick leave. My question is do they become part of a retirement cash out?
Right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Could potentially be an additional $30,000 not earned in addition to the hours earned at Hinckley Township.
Right.
Thoughts?
I would like to get some more information on it before I make a decision on that. And I think that's something else that we would want to talk to as a complete
As a full
board.
board?
Yeah.
Okay. We want to table that. Is it possible to table that until the next meeting?
Yeah, I can really add them at any time because he's accumulating time. And as I said, I am not opposed to adding the hours for sick leave.
We just need to designate how they
We
can
just
be
need
used.
to determine what's best for the financial safety of the township on some of these issues that come up through statute.
Very good.
Okay, so we'll table that item. Tell them not to worry. They'll get.
We're in a holding.
Per ORC, you have to accept his offers.
We do have to accept them, but right now what's being discussed is the terms of the acceptance. We're accepting them as sick leave.
I understand.
The question is, do they become a retirement payout? That's the
I
question.
don't think we have to make a motion to accept them. They're already accepted. They were part of his hiring.
Well, it wasn't in the resolution for his hiring.
I have to go back.
You know, you guys can accept the hours, and then as you're looking at the employee manual, you can then determine that, but I don't know. You know, again, I like to keep things clean from the beginning.
Yeah. Well, we can put it, let's make a motion to accept them. I'll make the motion and then we can have further conversation as a full board to determine how we want to handle it. If we need to.
And not him
amend it in any way.
specifically, just general, everyone. Because part of my concern is just so the audience understands, we do have long-term employees who will retire with over 2,000, close to 3,000 hours of sick leave earned in their service for the township. So right now, there are some mechanisms in, for example, the police department contract that keep that to a maximum of 300 hours overall. We do not have those mechanisms in place for non-union employees, which is everyone else. So that's my concern. I have no concern about giving someone sick leave hours that they've earned and they use for sick leave.
All right, at this time, I'd like to make a motion to accept the sick leave transfer for Robert Lowell in the amount of $1,322.89.
Hours.
Yeah, hours.
Do we have hours?
Yeah, it's 1,322.89 hours accumulated in Medina County Park District.
Second.
Thank you. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And one more thing I don't have on there, but with the prior board, we discussed having a informational session regarding the finances of the township and how we, how the revenue comes in, where it goes, what are our limitations. And I think one of the conversations was to wait until the comprehensive plan committee was established.
Correct.
That's been done. We have 2 new trustees that I think would benefit from that conversation. And so I would strongly urge the trustees to discuss further scheduling.
That is something I have a meeting with the OHM advisor on Friday morning.
Mhm.
And that was one of the conversations I was going to have with him. We're going to start scheduling our first comprehensive plan steering committee meetings. And I think that should be the first meeting with a packet of the 2015 comprehensive plan, just so that our steering committee knows the foundation of our financials here in the township. And of course, that will be a public meeting, so anyone can attend.
But you know what, I would caution using your OHM time for something like this. Your OHM time is planning time. It's working with the committee, and it's getting, the gentleman will go through a lot of different scenarios with the committee, and he'll be compiling a lot of material that they'll use for the public meetings. So I would just caution against using that time that is really already prescribed.
Right. And I completely understand that, but I think it's very important when we get this group together, which is a significant number of people that we have to coordinate schedules with. Maybe we do it on the front side or the back side of the OHM.
I would do it in addition to, but I wouldn't use OHMs.
So what I'm saying is we would have you meet with them either before the OHM time or after.
As long as it's not using up, and you guys are going to, if it's going to be a public meeting, you guys have to advertise a special informational meeting on that. We're not going to keep minutes or anything like that. But.
Right. And the OHM advisor can come in at the end of it or the beginning of it, however we want to make that work with your schedule. So if you say, I can do a 6 o'clock meeting, then maybe I have him in at 6:30 or 7.
Well, to go over what needs to be go over, the last time we did it, it took an hour and a half to 2 hours.
2 hours?
We're not, you're not going to understand the budget of the township in a half hour.
Okay.
And allow for questions and allow for that. So again, whatever you guys want to do, but.
Well, it's a significant group of people on the steering committee. We've got 11 members, 3 alternates. The advisor, myself, and Chris Kalina would serve as the zoning expert for the county. And in order to coordinate all those schedules, which we're already having a difficult time doing, we'll have to make sure that it works, that we piggyback them in some capacity. But once I sit down with him and get some dates, I'll throw some dates at the steering committee and make sure that you're amenable. Mark, I'll include you in those emails so that we can at least get the first one established, where maybe OHM just comes in at the end of yours and has a quick conversation with our committee for 30 minutes.
In addition to what they've already laid out in their proposal, because he's already got his meetings scheduled. If you recall the contract, he's already got his contract, and we can discuss this further. We don't have to decide this right now, but I'm just recalling how the last process worked and how the meetings were organized and the number of.
But I think she's saying keep this educational meeting separate from.
Yeah, but don't shortchange OHM. That's what I'm saying. Don't have him come in and talk for a half hour. That's the most important thing with this group.
We'll make it all work. I'll have a better indication of what he envisions for our process on Friday morning at 9 o'clock.
And then you guys can figure it out from there.
Okay. Very good. Anything else?
You want fund status?
Yes.
Okay. The current fund status is $6,057,662.81, of which $1,064,032.78 is in pooled investments, $4,993,630.03 is in primary checking.
Very good. Thank you. Do we have any questions or comments from the audience? No? All right. I'd like to make a motion to adjourn at 7:09 p.m.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you all for coming.
Yes, thank you for
Appreciate it.
coming.